Welcome back, guys. Jimmy Shaka here again. This time we are going to discuss about the command line interface editors. Okay, we know there is a lot of graphical user interface text editors out there, but as a system admin slash DevOps slash whatever, the more you get into this space, you find yourself wanting to learn and need to learn how to use the CLI text editors. Okay. In this case, let's discuss about this one, VIM, VIM. VIM. There's not just a VIM. There's also there's nonu. There's a bunch more, right? But VIM is pretty common out there, and this was VIM comes from the original VI, okay, and VIM stands for VI improve, and everything that worked in the old VI also works here in the VIM VI improve one, okay. So the VIM is a default in most Linux distributions, okay. To install, if you don't have it, to install this, you can run the command sudo, especially here in Ubuntu, sudo apt. I think it doesn't come by default. It's not installed on Ubuntu by default, but I think CentOS and Red Hat, they have that as default. It's pre-installed when you run CentOS. But Ubuntu, you have to install this. Okay, sudo apt vim sudo apt install vim, and it's gonna run and install your vim command. Text editor. Okay. Now let's list the files that I have in this directory. I have a file C and file D. Okay, and let's go ahead and open file C. So with the text editor vim, so you type the command vim and then your file name, which is C in this case, and enter. When you enter your vim command and then your file name that you want to edit in the command line, you land in this first instance on this right here. If you want to insert, you can move up and down with up arrow, down arrows, left and right, however you wish. Okay, left, right, up, down. Okay, but notice when I type new characters, nothing has entered. That is because we are in this we are out of the edit mode. In order to get into the edit mode, you want to press I for insert. Okay, lowercase I is gonna insert so before your cursor. So see where the cursor is at? It's right next to it's highlighting the column next to the root up here. Okay, you see that? So if we press I and then press the letter, say JIMMY, Jimmy, everything we entered was before the cursor, right? Let's remove that. Press escape to exit out of the edit mode. Now back to the column again. Now instead of a lowercase I to insert before the cursor, let's do capital or uppercase I. Notice that when you do capital case or uppercase I, your cursor is moved to the beginning. Now if I add anything, it's going to be added at the beginning of the line. Okay, not at the beginning of the cursor. Okay, so that's uppercase I as in India. Okay, now if you wanna add so let's go back to our cursor. Okay, so we highlighting again our semicolon after the user root, and lowercase a as in apple, and let's go ahead and add text. As you can see, we're adding text after the cursor. Okay, that's lowercase a. So we delete that again. Press escape to escape out of the editing mode, okay, or insert mode. Now, this time again, back here, instead of lowercase a, let's do uppercase A. So shift, caps on, uppercase A. Move. See what will happen. Notice what happened. Our cursor moved all the way to the end of the line. So uppercase A is going to move you all the way to the end of the line. Uppercase I is going to move you all the way to the beginning of the line. And lowercase I right before the cursor. Lowercase a as in alpha right after the cursor. Now, we can go ahead and add whatever stuff we want to add at the end. Because we tapped, we entered uppercase A as in alpha. If we want to enter on the next line, of course, to escape out of the edit mode, always press the escape button, okay, the escape key. Now, if you want to enter at the next line, you want to tap the O as in Oscar. Just like that, we've entered into the next line, and we can enter whatever we want to enter. Okay? Now, and so if you like what you have and you want to save it, you want to tap the escape key to get out of the edit mode, and enter semicolon, a column. You see the column I just typed down here? I see the bottom left hand side, and then type W for write to save, Q, and then Q to quit, and question mark, exclamation point to get out of here. Now, W here means you're gonna save whatever changes you made. Q here is for quit. Enter, and then just like that, we exited out of the Vim text editor for the when we just finished editing file C. If we open file C, we're gonna notice that our previous change we just added is still there. Okay, pretty cool. Now, if you want to quit without saving, of course, you want to do instead of the W for writing, so you just do your column. See the column bottom left hand side. You just do Q for quit, and you just quit, and don't do any saving of anything you added to your file, because W is for writing, Q is for quitting. Okay, now let's say you want to add see your text file inside your or your content inside your file. If you wanted to add numbers on every line, you want to do you gotta escape the edit mode, escape, and then your column. See the column at the bottom left hand side here. See the column, and then type set NU for number, NU, enter, and as you can see, now we have numbers set on the left hand side of your every single line in this file. Okay, good stuff, right? Again, to remove that, so escape, column, set no number, NONU, set no numbers. Okay, enter, just like that. We got rid of the numbers. Pretty cool. Let me add those back on. So escape, set numbers, so set NU. I like those numbers. Okay, perfect. Next, let's say you can also search say, let's say you can also do you can delete, for instance, let's say the first line Oh, you want to delete this first root user out of this file. Okay, how do you do that? If you tap letter D as in Delta twice, DD, tap the D as in Delta twice, just like that. You just deleted that one line. Okay, interesting stuff, right? Let's say you want to delete that line, that empty line, and this one, and that one, and that one. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to delete four lines. In that instance, what you want to do is you want to enter your number of lines you want to delete, and then D double D's, okay? The D delta. So 4, and then tap the key D twice. So 4, and then D. So let's do that. Number 4, and notice that this daemon, sys, and sync, they're gonna be gone. We're gonna be left with HTTD as the first one, as these 4 are gonna be gone. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do that. And so 4DD. Look at that. Those 4 are gone. Now we are left with this as the first one. So those 4 lines are gone. Okay. Now you can save and quit. If you tap Z, double Z, uppercase Z as in zebra, it's same as writing and quitting. Okay. Let's reopen this. As you can see, our change has been saved. Those lines we deleted are gone. They're gone. Now you can undo some changes. Let's say you deleted. Let's go ahead and delete this line, double D, DD. Okay, it's gone. Now let's say we didn't like what we did. Okay, we want to undo what we just did. In that case, you press U as in uniform, U as in uniform, to undo your changes. Okay, whatever you just literally finished doing. It's equivalent to your back button in the graphical text editors or Windows, whatever. So tap the U to undo your changes. Okay, so let's say you're up here at the beginning and you want to move all the way down to the bottom of your text file. How do you do that? You enter uppercase G as in golf. So uppercase G. That's going to move you all the way down to the very last line. In this case, we have line 44. To go back to the beginning, it's lowercase g. Okay? Lowercase g. So uppercase G moves you to the end, and lowercase g moves you to the beginning. Interesting stuff, right? Now, if you want to move to the end of the line, the dollar sign, it's going to move you all the way to the end of your file. I mean your line. If you want to go to the beginning, you can do you can tap 0. It's going to go back to the beginning of your line. Interesting stuff, right? You can also you can move to line or whatever line you want. Say, you see our cursor is at line 1. Let's say we want to move to line 15. Okay, notice what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna escape here and then do column 15. See the column down here? Column and then 15, and then enter. Just like that. See, the cursor has moved to line 15. Interesting stuff, right? Now actually when I said DD, right, it's for cut. Okay, let's say we want to copy line let's say we want to copy line 6, the one that start with news, this one right here, and line 7, UUCP. Okay, so we're going to do shift and V as in Victor, and you can drag down with the down arrow or up arrows, however you want, whatever lines you want to copy. So in this case, we want to copy these two. So we did shift and V as in Victor, and then up and down arrows, in this case down arrows, and we want to select 6 and 7, and we want to press the letter character Y as in Yankee to yank or copy. Okay, we just copied 6 and 7, and we want to insert, let's say we want to insert those up here on line number 2. Let's insert some empty space. Okay, again it's escape, okay, and then lowercase o as in Oscar, to insert a new blank line, and escape o, and let's say we want to insert those two copied lines here, and to paste them here before the cursor or after the cursor, you can use uppercase P, uppercase P, or lowercase p, depending if you want to paste before the cursor or after the cursor. So P here, oops, P, and just like that, we pasted our two lines that we copied from those lines earlier, these two right here. So we copied these two and we pasted them here. Okay, let's say you have particular string you're looking for in this text editor. How would you do that? Okay, let's exit. So escape, you want to press the / and your keyword you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for game. Enter, and it found our first user that starts with that's highlighted in line 10 right here, and you can press N for next to move you through the file and show you where it found the next occurrence. In this case here, N as in November, it found another one here. N as in November. That's about it, no more. Now that's how you search forward. What if you are at the bottom of the page? So let's go to the bottom of the page. So uppercase G as in golf. Now let's search backward. Well, how would you do that? So in that case, you want to do a question mark and TCP dump. Say that's what we're looking for. TCP dump. So you do question mark and your key string you're looking for. Enter. See, it found one on line 30. N for next. So that's about it. That's all it found. Okay, line 30. So now let's say you want to search for you want to search for a keyword or a string and replace it with something. Let's say we want to replace everything that says news with, say, mail. How would you do that? Okay, so escape. So you want to do in order to do such an operation, you want to do let's do that. Let's see, ampersand S, and then your search string. So in this case, we're looking for news. We want to replace it with mail. Okay, and lowercase g. Enter, and just like that, wherever we had news, it has been replaced with mail. Here we had news, it's been replaced by mail, because that's what we wanted. Pretty cool, right? You first can undo that with U, letter U as in uniform. See, it's back to news, back to news. Interesting stuff, right? Now to exit again, column Q or W and Q, to W to write, Q to quit. So I want to save and quit. Now I want to open two files at the same time, but in this case highlight the differences in so I want to visually see the differences between the two files. In that case, you want to do option -D for difference, file C and file D. Enter. Notice difference have been highlighted. So this has been highlighted as a difference. It's not there. The file on the right and left have been highlighted. Different lines have been highlighted so that you can visually see the differences between the two files. The first one being your C file and the second one being your D file, delta. Okay, interesting stuff, right? And you can navigate between the two files with Control W. So Control W as in whiskey, and like that, you are in C file. You see the cursor on the left hand side here, so you're moving up and down, left and right inside your C file. If you press Control and W, okay, you move over to the D file, and as you can see, we are on the right hand side. Okay, interesting. So let's quit. So WQ, and just like that, go ahead and quit again. We just out of the two files. Now let's say we wanted to open these two files in stacked windows, one above the other. So in that case, you want to do -O, O as in Oscar, your first file and then the second file. Enter, and like that, you have your two files. The first one being C, and the second one being D. Okay, and to move between the two windows, you do Control W, W as in whiskey, to go from one to the other, like that. We back to the top one. See the cursor? You can move right and left, up and down. W, Control W. I'm down into the D one. Okay, pretty interesting stuff, right? So guys, that's pretty much about it about the text editor Vim, which is used for the text editing at the command line interface. Unlike most of the text editors out there that you have to use the graphical user interface, the GUI, whatever, the Vim is used at the command line interface, and you wanna be comfortable with using these, because that's where the production environment in most instances, especially servers or whatever, you're gonna find yourself needing to know how to navigate your text files, whatever, at the command line interface. So Vim is one of those, and this is how you use Vim to get around, edit your file, copy, delete, remove, whatever. That's about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye bye.